Let's make an arrow. First, you're gonna start off with a 1/2 inch shaft. I usually cut these at about 31 inches because the bodkin tips are about another 2 inches or so. With the warbow, you're pulling back all the way to about 32. So you wanna have a long arrow so you can get that full draw down to the chest or behind the ear. So the next thing I generally do is put the nock in. String is gonna fit in it snugly, but not too tight. A lot of times you can reinforce the nock with bone, but I tend to go through my arrows pretty quick and I tend to break them relatively quickly as well. So I don't really bother with it too much because they're more just for volume. So next thing I'm gonna do is taper it. It starts at a 1/2 inch, but I don't want it to be a 1/2 inch all the way through. So I wanna get this, I'm just gonna start, you wanna kind of split it up in a couple sections. Section here, start, and then a section here, start. They're gonna be here, and you're just gonna start getting rid of that extra. Then once you go around one time, you're gonna drop it down to about that next part, and you're gonna shave upwards from there again. So you can see it's gonna taper quite a bit now. So probably get it closer to a little over 1/4 inch in the back, and then it's gonna go down and stay at a 1/2 inch at the front of it where all the impact's gonna be. When you get that set, you're gonna sand it down. You wanna be sure that you get rid of all the extra edges. A great way to expedite this is if you have a cordless drill, you basically just stick it inside, hold it, and then let it spin as it goes through. I couldn't find my cordless drill this morning, so I'm just doing this the old-fashioned and start and just brush it all out. Make it as even as possible. Once that's a lot smoother and more balanced, I'm probably gonna run it over one more time, is I generally put some sort of lacquer on it, something just to seal the wood, so if it ever stays out in the sun for a little bit, it's not gonna dry out over time. So that's that next step. I'm gonna apply basically a clear coat on top of it. Hear the fletching. So you can use one of these little tools if you want to. I use it occasionally. Sometimes I just kind of freehand it a little bit depending on how I'm feeling or how much time that I have. I'm gonna apply a quick adhesive there, some sort of super glue that dries really fast. You wanna make sure that lines up with the nock of your first fletching. So it's gonna be on the line there, and then you usually have to hold it for like 30 seconds, maybe a minute. Oh, don't get it on your pants. And shape them. I like the triangular shape type here. And you want to try and weave something in between the middle of them. You can see on this one here, it's weaved in there with like a really thin twine. So you want to put that in there just to add the extra support so the fletching doesn't fly off. Once you get that all set and ready, last step you're going to do is you're going to basically taper down that point. I usually use JB Weld, like a really strong 2-part epoxy, and you're going to adhere that tip to it right there. That's a good fit. Perfect. And then you're off to the races.